Chapter 870. Auf Wiedersehen!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Podcast. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hippocrit.
Hello.
So, let's get right into it, motherfuckers. This is chapter 870.
Farewell.
Farewell.
So, yeah.
When there's a wishing well that people throw money into, that's a farewell.
Oh, yeah, very good, very good.
Yes, thank you.
So we get a bit of a continuation of the Bartholomew arc. So he came into port and he beat up a guy. So I guess he's just being cool. Is the basic
He's doing that
thing.
thing where like he's trying to take over or like fight the strongest guy, so he's instantly in charge. He's a boss man. That's cool. That's cool.
But anyway,
then what happened?
Then what?
Yeah,
Then there's a big picture of Law, but that's just on manga stream.
Fuck off, Law. I hate him.
All right.
Oh,
so
Big Mom's mad. She's mad as fuck.
Yes, Big Mom is pissed. She's still beating the shit out of Big Father, I think they called him.
Oh yeah.
And what's her face? Chiffon. She comes to the
That's
window and
right.
says, "Wait, Mama, no, don't. I'm just your little girl. I got a baby." She's like, "Fuck you. You look like a bitch."
And it's funny to reflect on how, yeah, she does look like a bitch. You look like Lola. Is that now that we know the full context of Big Mom's backstory, I don't think Big Mom knows why the Giants hate her, because she doesn't seem like she really understood that she did anything wrong. She kind of just goes insane sometimes and eats people like a fucking monster.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, she does know that her relationship with the Giants maybe could have been mended by Lola marrying Loki, the Giant Prince, and it didn't work out, and so she's real upset because she wants to have a multicultural, good place. But it didn't work out because fucking Lola.
Big old table full of guys. But yeah,
she really is actually like a superpowered retard. She really is, because like she literally interprets this whole thing of like sitting at eye level. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna hire scientists to make a gigantism serum so everyone can be as big as me and we can look at each other at eye level at a fucking table. She's a very simple person, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
She's interesting.
So yeah, she's beating the shit out of him. Everybody outside is waiting for them to come out. And Bege is getting all fucked up. He's bleeding. He's probably gonna die. But he says no.
Poor guy.
No, I'm not gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna be because I can't give up because my family's in here and I love my family. He was so cool.
I like. He is super badass. See, this is good. This is what I wanted to see about Capone. He's very mafioso. Obviously, in the sense that like mafias are like in The Godfather, which is one of my favorite movies. I've talked about that before. They don't give a fuck about anybody who's not in their family. But if you are in the family, they'll fucking do whatever it takes to protect you.
Yeah.
That's like all that matters.
And I really like the fact that he married Chiffon, which is like she's a big ugly woman with big fat lips and is sort of strange, and he's got an ugly baby.
Yeah.
But and you could argue that he did it for like purposes
Political
of
gains.
political
and stuff.
gains.
Yeah.
But he actually does love them because they're his family now, and that's really cool.
That is great. He really loves his wife and his ugly little mustache having baby. It's great. It's very endearing. He's like a good dad. He's a good dad.
He's a big father, big baby father.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, he's thinking about what he's gonna do, and he's gonna turn small again. So everybody's gonna be inside him as he turns small.
Oh, he has a power to like. Oh, right, because he can make people small inside him, so that won't be a problem.
Yeah, so they'll all be inside of his belly or whatever, and he's gonna have Caesar fly him away, which is I didn't actually think of that for some reason. I didn't think, there's no way he can get out of this. He's stuck. But of course, he goes small. Because you get out of there. But
that's true.
Of course, he's gonna get
really
shot. So.
Yeah, he's gonna. If he does that right now, it seems like he'll just die. This fucking Caesar is like super useful. It's very interesting how much Caesar's actually doing. Like his power is just so good, and he's so
it's really
easily
just the fact that he can fly, because like flying surprisingly
That's
is not
true.
something that a lot of people can just do.
Hey, remember early on in One Piece when there was a reference made to the 5 devil fruits that allow flight? There was specific mention of that during Alabasta, and like one of them was
The bird zone?
Pell, Mr. Birdman. Yeah.
I would have thought there would be lots of different types of bird zones, but I don't know.
You'd think so. It was kind of weird that Oda put the number that low. I always thought that right from the start. But hey, whatever, no matter.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll actually come up again as like a thing. Like then we find out the fifth one, and it's, you know, he's made it's a helium fruit, and he turns into helium, and then he just flies out of the stratosphere or something.
Well, just for fun, let's see. So there's Pell. We know he can fly. There's always been speculation that Lafitte, because in one panel he shows up with bird wings, so it sure looks like he could fly. We know that Shiki, the Golden Lion, is like the flight guy. That's like his whole thing. Caesar can fly, apparently, and I guess that's it. I mean, Luffy can sort of fly now that he's got like Gear 4th, but it's not really the same thing, so I'll give him a pass on that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to fly. There's like the what do you call it? Stepping thing that the Sheepy Nine do.
Fuck. Oh god, I knew all the
Cloud
the
feet.
Rakugo. Step, flash, yeah, whatever. I know what you're talking about. Rakugo. No, the Rankyaku is like the blade one. Ah, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I guess whatever.
I think Oda's gonna totally ignore that. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, so here we get the cool bit. Sanji is confronting his father, or rather, he's confronting Vinsmoke Judge, and he says, "Why do you save me? I'm an asshole to you, right? Why wouldn't you kill me?" And he said, "My boss wouldn't have liked it," which is immediately great, because it's like he's not letting emotions get in the way. It's all like I'm you know, being a cool subordinate is something that happens a lot in One Piece, like being like a professional and not being like a crazy boy, even though they are crazy.
It's it reminds me of that time when Zoro said you know, that he'd fight he would take Luffy's pain. You know, he would die instead of Luffy that one time. I mean, this isn't quite as epic as that moment, but similar.
Well, what it reminds me of more is the time when Usopp was leaving the crew, and Zoro was like, you know, if you this is the way that this is the captain's code. You can't just let him off the hook if he comes back. He has to beg for forgiveness. You know, it's all that like. I
want you to beg for forgiveness. Bow to the pirate king. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm with you. You're right. That is more like the situation.
Yeah.
There's rules going on here. Rules.
Yeah, but pride rules. All these manly pride rules, and Sanji's saying if he let his family die, to laugh at his family's the death of his own blood, he wouldn't be able to look Zeph in the eye, because it's like, that's just gross, dude. Why would you want to kill your dad?
When he says boss, he is referring to Luffy, not Zeph, right? Like, it was a little weird because they don't show Luffy's face.
Maybe it's a translation thing.
Yeah, because I got the sense that they were like separate things. They were separate.
He might be talking about Zeph in that, and it's just a weird, like, it's not quite the word boss that he's using, but that's how it's written.
Would he still call Zeph? I mean, I guess. I'm confused.
Patriarchal figurehead sort of guy. It's like, he's my boss. He's my big bro. He's my big daddy friend.
So you're saying the boss line refers to Zeph? That's what you're arguing.
I think it is. Because he references it straight away. Well, Luffy hasn't talked about like making sure that the Vinsmokes stay alive. He's just sort of looking at him. He's like, yeah, I don't care.
I guess that's Well, I mean, in that case, I kind of don't like it as much because, like, Sanji, your loyalties are to Luffy now. Fuck Zeph. He's some fuckboy asshole out in East Blue, just gaying around with a peg leg. Lol. Big.
Well, the thing is, I think the fact is that Luffy doesn't really mind either way. Because it's Sanji's family, but Sanji doesn't believe it's his family. He thinks of Zeph as his family, so it's more appropriate, I think, for him to think of Zeph in this situation, because that's his real dad to him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just, I wish that had been more clear right from the start. It's just, at first I thought he was talking about Luffy that way, and I thought, like, he said boss, because it was like, they're doing, like, the whole Mafia thing right now, and so referring to Luffy as boss would have been thematically appropriate. And then it hits me with the Zeph, and I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't understand that. Now I have to go recontextualize my brain. But, okay, yeah, I do think you're right. I think you're correct, and makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. And then he does he grabs Judge by the neck, and he pulls him down on his knees. He said, tell me you're not my father. Big boy. Well, he probably let him, because he's like, you know, you saved me. I'm just going to
Sanji got on his tippy toes and reached way up high. Yeah, you're right.
He jumped up. Tell me you're not my father, bitch. don't you dare show your face here again, you faggot. And he's like, all right, I get it now. And then he just sort of solemnly walks off. But he's like, yeah. I feel like there's a bit of respect going on here. Like, I see now.
No doubt.
Sanji, you're a cool guy, but I won't. I'll respect your wishes, and I will never be your father ever again. I won't associate with you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's a very Mafia chapter in many ways.
Yeah, and I liked that. I thought that was cool, but I am a little concerned just about my own well-being here, that my prediction that Sanji will fight all these dudes is not going to come true. I still think it's going to happen.
I think it's not at this point.
We'll see about that now, won't we? Okay, at the very least, for the love of God, Oda, give us like some real fighting with the Germa, and I think he's going to like next chapter, but so far there has not been much. So yeah.
I just realized this whole arc is probably like a Mafia family thing, because we got Bege, we got the Germa, we got Big Mom. It's all about family. It's all about that blood shit. It's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Themes and shit, bro.
I mean, I would consider the fact that, like, who's been like the really loyal family members here? Who's been like the true blue Negro amigos? It's been, Luffy and Sanji and, like, his unrelated pirate crew that doesn't have any kind of blood ties whatsoever. It's just that they have shared, outlook on life and a bond of familiarity and brotherhood and that kind of shit. So, that's oil's thicker than blood. Friendship's thicker than blood. That's what I'm saying.
Friendship you can spread on toast, but blood is sort of like liquid. You can't really do that.
That's true. That's what I was trying to say. So the Vinsmokes are like, all right, guys, we know you're in a tough spot. We are going to be a distraction so you can escape. So that's the current plan here.
Yeah.
Oh, because they can fly too. They
got flight boots. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to believe that they will escape somehow.
Yeah, I think so.
At the end, they jump out and they're all being attacked and they look like they're having a hard time. And then Luffy and Sanji come out. Against like each other's wishes, like, oh, I thought you weren't coming out. I thought you said I shouldn't go out. It's like, that was just for you, not for me. I'm supposed to sacrifice myself. It's whatever. And
this was like, it's a little more dramatic than that, because like the chapter, it actually doesn't sell it that hard, but like the chapter's setting up like, okay, the Vinsmokes are going to do this heroic sacrifice, and they're just going to like they're going to do whatever it takes to help these guys get away, and they'll just run away like little bitch boys inside of Capone. Yeah, Bege. And then they just don't do that, and they just jump out, which is classic Luffy. It's classic Luffy, and makes sense that Sanji would do it too in this situation. But it really has fucked up their escape plans right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think what's going to happen is that in some roundabout way, they're going to fight so hard that they get an opportunity to everybody get out, instead of just the Germa killing themselves.
That's true. And it would have been really like boring and not cool storytelling if they just escaped and then they're like, oh, by the way, the Vinsmokes also got away. Yay, we did it. That would have been boring. This is way more One Piece style to just like, no, we're fucking dealing with this shit hardcore. By the way, is it just me, or does this remind you at all of like exactly what happened at fucking Marineford? Just in the sense that like escape paths were cleared, you are all good to go, and then a D, in this case Luffy, not Ace, gets fucking baited back to just like go back and keep fighting. You're gonna fucking die, Luffy. Don't do this shit, but he'll be fine because he's the main character.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is that the Germa are gonna sacrifice themselves. To let Sanji and Luffy get out of there, because that's probably still gonna happen. One of them or more is probably gonna die, because they can't all get out alive. How embarrassing would it be if for the Big Mom pirates? All these pirates, they fucked up everything. And they couldn't even kill one guy. They're gonna be a laughing stock.
I hear what you're saying, but I totally disagree. I think we're being set up to think this is a big battle. By the way, I have still not seen Big Mom do anything impressive in terms of fighting. Big Mom, as far as I'm considered, is totally, like, what is she doing? She's, like, shooting lightning bolts and fire. Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. This is, like, supposed to be one of the biggest, strongest people in the world, and Luffy just, like, evenly clashed with her. That's, like, so unimpressive to me. Get your shit together, manga. Like, where Big Mom is concerned, why aren't you not making her a bigger of threat? If this was Kaido right now, like, everyone would be flipping out and, like, running around and screaming and crying and being a little bitch. they're not selling me hard enough on how powerful Big Mom is. All she's done is like, oh, she's punched through the castle, and Capone was like, oh wow, even cannonballs can't damage Big Father.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, we've been above cannonball level since like chapter like 10 of One Piece. I'm not impressed by above cannonball level with fucking Big Mom.
Cannonballs,
just bust out your real shit. What?
Cannonballs and bullets and explosions, they're just... It's unfortunate because
they're baby shit.
Even sometimes they say, "Oh, it's got more gunpowder in it. It's a bigger one." Yeah. It doesn't feel like it would be any more impressive because an explosion just looks like an explosion every time.
Oda, oh yeah, that's right. Oda has done a great job in general. Oda has done a great job of holding down power creep. All right, the power creep has not been ridiculous in One Piece, but it has absolutely transcended above the cannonball and bullet level. Like like with a guy like Luffy, in most cases, like if you just shoot a normal person in One Piece, of course they'll die. But like, I'm not impressed by saying that Big Mom is stronger than a cannon, because like she's supposed to be one of the 4 most powerful people in the fucking world. All right, and like even Luffy, cannonballs are trivial to this guy. It's not impressive. Like, I think Oda is a little underselling Big Mom's power right now. He needs to step it up because he did a good job in the flashback being like, oh my god, even a little fucking baby version was strong enough to defeat a village of giants, like, instantly. That was really good. Like, that's the most impressive thing Big Mom has done so far. It was the most intimidating that she's been so far, and we need shit like that. We need Big Mom to, like, miss Luffy, accidentally hit the ground, and, like, split all of Whole Cake Island in half. We need some shit like that to, like, really be like, holy fuck, we're dealing with a, like, world-level power here. But we're not getting it. We're not getting it yet. And I wish they would do that. And I think that the reason might be is that the whole point of Big Mom is not really going to be, like, a big climactic battle. Because what I think is going to happen is we're getting a left turn at some point, and I legitimately think Pudding, with her memory powers, because that is a giant Schrodinger's gun, or whatever it's called, not Schrodinger's gun, the Chekhov's gun, that has not done anything yet, and something has to happen with her fruit, and I think it's going to be the way, because like Luffy just ruined their escape plans for the most part. I think the way that this all gets resolved is legitimately Pudding does something crazy, because Pudding hasn't done anything yet. And
I mean,
so ridiculous.
There's still the explosion that's about to happen.
Oh, and the box, and the Tamate Bako. Yeah, those two things are giant Chekhov's guns.
Yeah, it's
gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't think of what would be a good or bad way to do it. I'm just excited.
Yes, me too.
It's gonna be good. It's always going to be good, and it was always good in every chapter. That's true. But I feel like every time at the end we're like, oh, I hope it's gonna be exciting next. It's gonna be good next time, and we don't seem to say that it was good this time, but it was good this time.
Well, that's just the nature of one. Like, you really get pretty bite-sized bits of One Piece at a time. You know, it's a little unfortunate that we can't read more of One Piece at once, but that's just the nature of the medium. And so we're always going to be left being like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? It's just the nature of the the nature of the thing. But I am very excited to see where this shit goes. I just hope that they do the things I want, and because like how long have I been saying that, like, okay, when are we gonna see how powerful Big Mom is? When are we gonna see her shit? And to his credit, Oda has shown some of it, so I'm not knocking him overall, but I still need a bigger, like, right now, Big Mom. Like, not in a flashback. Big Mom is super powerful right now. She deserves to be one of the most powerful, considered one of the most powerful people in the world. Show me that shit, Oda. I think
if she does a big powerful attack, it should be like, one of the Germa jump in front of it and die from it to save Sanji or something like that. Because a death is kind of needed at this point to show how fucking powerful she is.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that sure would do it. This doesn't feel to me like a super duper serious situation. This feels like kind of lighthearted.
She's smiling and laughing as she's punching these guys, and she's got like all of her crew around that could be currently shooting like loads of powers and attacks, but they aren't because
they're kind of a little bit, but not really. Yeah.
It's hard to show that, but it's like.
This is Big Mom's entire crew is here, and there's like 10 of our guys, or like something more, I don't know, like 15 or something. That's so few guys. Against like one of the most powerful crews in the world. Like the threat feels a little bit thin. And by the way, about Big Mom, I don't want to undercount like the whole thing that she just did about the like scream that was so piercing, it paralyzed everyone in the surrounding area. Like, that was cool. But, like, even if I was, like, super impressed by that, which I mean, all they had to do was put in fucking earplugs and it wasn't a big deal anymore. Even if I was super impressed by that, that still isn't the kind of, like, physical, like, visceral fight power level that, like, you expect to see when you're reading One Piece. So that's like a reader expectation thing where, like, it's not going to be satisfying until I see Big Mom, like, punch the shit out of somebody and they just die.
You know what would be a good indication of it is if Luffy does another elephant gun right in her face and she isn't phased at all. She's just sort of like,
Yeah.
Like the Luffy's most powerful attack, it hits her directly and nothing happens. Like, that would be a good way to show it without her having to, like, kill somebody.
That things like that would be good, because it's been stated that she's, like, basically invulnerable unless you, like, weaken her, and that plan failed. So let's see a little bit more of her fucking invulnerability. And, like, I mean, Luffy just clashed with her with his elephant gun, but the way that it's framed makes it look like they're evenly matched, which is ridiculous, because this is a fucking Yonko, and Luffy is not Yonko level. He's just not. Maybe he will be sometime soon, but there's no way he is right now. And we're getting into the kind of, like, weird, like, One Piece power level shit.
And Luffy's not even Gear 4 at the moment, so...
That's right. Okay, and that's all my thoughts right now. And we will, I guess, see you probably next week. I don't see anything there won't be.
Yes.
Any closing thoughts, Gib? I'm pretty much all set on this.
I'm done as well.
All right. Solid chapter. Looking forward to more. And we'll see you next week, folks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.